Opus is a student-run, student-targeted magazine. Its continued publication has a long history of cultural importance. It has been printed since before the Vietnam War and has remained true to its heritage.
Yeah, we've got an article on it in our first issue this year. We wanted to cover some history of Opus. Why was it started? I guess to represent the students' opinions.
Opus went pornographic for a while and had to... it was still free, but people had to show ID to prove they were over 18 or 21 or whatever it was to get a copy.
Okay, I think that's pretty good to me.
No, that's shithouse work, Ivan, and I won't stand for that. That shit, absolutely shit.
I think it's actually pretty good.
You're fired!
I think it is important that students can create a media for other students. Whether the student body thinks so is questionable.
Yeah, I think it's important to have a student-run paper because it lets the students get their opinions out there and helps them communicate with each other.
We don't rely on advertising for our funding, so there's no risk of pissing off sponsors. And yet we're not like the ABC and have to suck up to the government. So it's kind of, in that way, it's kind of a shame that our readership is quite limited because there are very few other magazines like Opus that are completely independent.
Opus magazine continues to shift in content as editors and times change. No issue is the same.
The position's only held for 1 year, and we're full-time students, both of us. Stephen's journalism and I'm design. You only hold the position, as I said, for a year, and next year there'll be 2 new editors.
You probably could run for a position of Opus editor more than 1 year in a row. I just don't think many people want to. I mean, it's a lot of fun, but it's bloody hard work as well. And I think by the 4th issue, Ivan and I are both having motivational lapses. So it's pretty time-consuming.
I really like it. It makes me laugh. I think it's very well written and it's definitely quite outstanding for a student magazine.
We get a lot of emails asking, oh, I'm interested in submitting to Opus, but I don't know what to write about. And what I often tell people is, if it's got to do with students or Newcastle, or both, then that's something we'd be interested in. Not strictly. If it's entertaining in another level, then sure, submit it. But yeah, anything to do with Newcastle.
Challenge people's perceptions with what is appropriate language for a magazine, shall we put it. We had a piece written by a friend of ours, who, where Kelvin and I got a hand job from Peter Garrett, basically.
It's a very sensual thing.
And that was probably one of our most controversial articles.
A lot of homophobes ask me, what are you printing that crap for?
Well, it had a political message at the end of it, and I actually thought it was quite clever.
Yeah, really clever.
But that created a lot of issues about whether we should be printing that.
My favourite section is the astrology section. I thought it was pretty humorous when they brought that out. I hope it keeps going.
Favourite part is the cartoon, definitely. It's just a hilarious story about going to Canberra.
Definitely the horoscopes. There's a different dude making them each month. They've got different characters. It's pretty funny. I like to know my future through the stars.
Students to submit to Opus.
Submit to Opus!